At least one Scream needs to take place in the snow, and Scream 7 is a viable candidate for that, especially with recent talks that it may be a reboot stemming from some recent controversy with members of the cast. Because snow has never been implemented in the franchise, it could set an entirely different tone for the movies if that's the route that they choose to go. I personally don't want a full reboot. I believe there's a lot of room to play with the remaining members of the legacy and new school cast, but that's a topic for another video. At any rate, what a snowy setting could implicate is terrifying, and it introduces a whole new set of problems for the characters that we have never seen in any of the previous entries. We also don't get a lot of wintry backdrops in horror for the major releases unless it's seasonally themed. With that, there's the possibility of the movie being set during Christmas, and who would argue with a holiday-themed Ghostface encounter? Done correctly, it could be potentially a holiday tradition to watch every year. The holidays in general create fun and festive backdrops, and they make for interesting horror because ideally, they're supposed to be times of fellowship and relaxation. Throwing a series of whodunit murders into the mix results in severely unexpected chaos. This next point is partial to what I like in slashers, but I would like to see the cast of characters follow the classic trope of taking a road trip to a remote mountain cabin or even a ski lodge for the holidays. And like many movies that follow that formula, a storm comes through. In that setting, snow creates isolation because of power outages and roadblocks. So when Ghostface strikes, there's no help on the way, at least for a long time, and it doesn't make escaping easy either. With the characters being on vacation in some form, their supplies, food, and medical options aren't what they would have at home, so the characters would have to improvise when it comes to survival. I can see the characters lighting a fire to stay warm, and that same fire could be the cause of someone's demise, and even some extravagant escape attempt from Ghostface. Snow also makes for good chase scenes because of the uneven terrain and unclear vision in that environment. There would be freezing temperatures leading to cars not starting and ice on the windshields, which can create suspense as the characters try to prep the cars to leave. And aesthetically, it would be beautiful because of the stark contrast between Ghostface's robe in the snow and, of course, the snow and the blood. There could be a frozen over lake, and it would be the set piece for some altercation leading to the characters and even Ghostface falling through the ice. I think injuries sustained under these extreme elements would be a lot more difficult to manage as well. Of course, these are all my random ideas that I would love to see, as snow, specifically in an off-the-grid setting, gives us a lot of possibilities. It ups the ante when it comes to survival and could make for some really creative kills. But even if the movie takes place in an urban setting, snow still brings forth many of the same issues.